So what would you say to a woman going through a high conflict divorce with a narcissist, getting involved in kind of a smear campaign, if you will? What might you say to her or him?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I would encourage her to read my book, Splitting, because it gives a lot of tools. And the subtitle is Protecting Yourself While Divorcing Someone with Borderline or Narcissistic Personality Disorder. And there's a lot of encouraging words in there. My co-author, Randy Kreger, who of course wrote Stop Walking on Eggshells. So there's a lot of encouragement there. But I think that you have to respond in most situations. And usually smear campaigns are on the internet, social media, maybe emails. Someone sends an email to you and copies it to 20 of your family and friends and says, you know, you did everything wrong and it's all your fault and stuff like that. And a lot of people go, well, no one's going to pay any attention to that. I'm just going to ignore it. But I don't agree with that. I think most of the time you want to respond to that. And we developed a method called the BIFF response: brief, informative, friendly, and firm. And you mentioned that in the introduction. And I do want to say we now, as of November, have a new book specifically for co-parents. And it's a BIFF for co-parent communication. And we have 28 sample conversations. So whether it's about healthcare or changing the schedule or birthday party, all of those issues, it gives you a way to respond. But I think when there's a smear campaign that includes other people, that you want to do a BIFF response to the other people that are included. So let's say they copied 20 people on their email to you and said you're doing all these things wrong. You want to send something back that's brief, like a paragraph, that's something that's straight information, and it has a friendly tone and yet is firm. So it ends the hostilities. It doesn't put a hook out there to draw people in, but just says, well, let me give you a quick example. Just the idea that you say, like, dear friends and family, you've been included in an email that is really about a private divorce matter or whatever. And if you don't have to get involved at all. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I appreciate your friendship and support. Mary or Barbara or Andrew, whoever it is. And just so people know you're not defensive about it. They know that you're open to answering questions, and yet you don't have to answer everything that was said in it. The message is clear. And frankly, people don't want to get involved if they can avoid it. Now, the tricky thing, and I was recently consulting with somebody like this who said, I think my ex copied about 100 people on this email. It was like school parents and stuff like that. And it was blind copied, so I don't know who it was. And so we talked about her talking to principal, talking to teacher, and just clarifying, and the parents that she was close to, clarifying to them. But I think it's a mistake to be passive and not respond at all if you have a chance to respond with something very general and non-attacking, like I described.